Ladies and
There I
gentlemen,
was.
if Sam suddenly disappears, just know it's only for the funsies. It's only for the funsies. You know, we love
Well,
him.
hopefully I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a Game. I hope you're all having a great evening so far. I know that I am because I'm no longer working. Dinner and a Game is going to be presenting you with a little bit of Pathfinder 2E tonight. But before we jump back into the chaos that is this particular cast on this particular game, this cast, their motto, it was intelligence is a dumb stat. But now we need to make a new shirt that says "Horny on Main." And Cassie, Sphinx and I were trying to remember this last night. What was the one you said?
No initiative, just fuck.
Just no initiative, just fuck. Yes,
Yeah.
that is the.
I'm writing that one down.
In the Kingdoms of Miscast Discord channel.
I tried to set it as like my Discord status or whatever. I don't know if it's stuck now because I can't find it.
But yes, that is definitely a wonderful, wonderful motto for this particular game. Fucking no initiative, just fuck. But we are here to play a game, honestly, we swear. And we are going to be playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. It is set in the Kingdoms of Mistworld. And these lovely folks have created all new characters for me to terrorize. But instead, I sent them to a resort and they may be attending an orgy. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. So let's, you know what?
This is the party that's been 3 days in a brothel
And leveled up.
and leveled up.
And leveled up.
You're still welcome.
Well, let's see who everyone's playing tonight and see how everyone's doing as well. And we will start with the sweetest bean, Sam.
Sweetest bean.
Sweetest bean.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta get the sweetest thing. Hold on.
Come here so I can pinch your cheeks, Sam.
I've met that cat.
Give me a little furball.
She's, you know that right now that cat just started running for it. Oh no, dare the bean. That is a bean. She's yelling at him. Let me go, you monster!
Father! I will have my revenge, Father!
Just look at her.
You must sleep
We're at
sometime.
storm right now.
You must sleep sometime. At which time I will fart up your nostrils.
Yeah, come and get her, honey. Well, too bad. You're currently latched on my arm.
Because you've made her mad.
I know. Sam, who are you playing tonight?
Tonight, I will be playing Cecil, the Magus of the group. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's I may be one of the only ones who can cast spells in this group. I could be wrong. I have no idea.
I have a couple of spells in the that I can
It
cast.
just can cast spells?
Can
Air quotes
cast-
around that?
Can cast something or other? You know,
I have light.
you have light.
You emanate light. Also, we have a hydrate and a sweet tea special.
Both? So that's
We have a bowl.
That's two
Hydrate
hydrates.
from
a s-
Hell,
that's
sweet
a
tea special from Coco.
yummy. So, oh yeah, and then change position, and then I gotta pop my back anyway.
Yeah, one cat has appeared and disappeared, only for another one to appear on screen.
Oh,
Well, he's got a roll.
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to have Roland.
Roland has to be present.
Yeah.
You need to get the
Roland was rolling.
we need to get the kitty a box or something to just sit on your desk, and so it'll stay there.
Oh no, he'll stay. He'll stay.
No, Charlie senses trauma.
Charlie senses trauma.
It's real bad, dude.
So
He senses trauma. He was missing in action on Saturday.
that's true.
Sure.
I actually got to catch the end of the stream, and I was having a very good time.
Nice.
I was just like, that is the most oblivious cleric that has ever existed on the face of the planet.
Yes, she is. I love her so much.
Oh, that was great. It's like, I love how it's finding clicks. It's like, wait, common has too many words that have multiple meanings. Switching to Elven. Okay, yeah, that does it.
So, speaking of oblivious clerics, Cassie,
Yeah,
How are you doing?
I'm good. I also play Oblivious Druids too.
Oh, you definitely.
True.
Sweet being oblivious druids who may or may not have mushrooms growing out of their ears.
Fine, it's
Better than your butt.
fine. Yeah.
We will never know. Cassie, who are you playing tonight?
Well, tonight I'm not the clueless little baby druid. I am a swashbuckler.
Mm-hmm.
I am Sir Accordia Milius, and I formerly worked for the Asters, which I'm gonna have to find a new job.
Well, who knows? The world hasn't blown. The universe hasn't fallen apart yet, so maybe
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll
see.
see. We've got
see.
We've got a couple more weeks, and then we'll see.
I could die on this adventure and not have to worry about it.
That is true. That is true. So, speaking of folks that I don't intend to kill just right off the bat, Sphinx.
Huh? What? Who? Why? Why are you not killing me?
I said not right off the bat. You got some time. Relax, enjoy it.
You're a cat dad. You can't target you first.
Yeah, don't target the cat dad.
Who are you playing, cat dad?
I am playing Idris Aratil, an ASMR spell shot, which is pretty much like a gunslinger, but with magical guns. Yeah, he is a character and a cat dad.
And the cat dad. Yeah, he's a cat dad there too.
Yeah. He likes the cats.
Yeah,
And-
because we got rolling.
Yes. Oh, we absolutely have rolling.
Like,
And
finally,
finally, hey Liz, what's up?
oh, you're not as good as Sphinx. Sorry.
That's all right. I didn't intend to be. I am but a pale reflection.
Very pale.
Thank you very much for noticing. Liz, how are you doing?
I'm very good.
And who are you playing tonight?
I am playing our ever very interesting. I forgot words and how they worked for a minute there.
So I did a little bit good.
No, that's just my own brain being dead. I am playing the group's rogue. The other fetchling, I am playing Este Mizak.
Dun dun dun. And the
No, Sam, don't say it again, because nobody's gonna respond. I saw the look on your goddamn face.
I don't know what you're talking about.
no one.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. You can't prove it.
We can probably prove it, but that's not the point.
Probably.
And you can find all these amazing
Find a
creators
clip.
information in our chat right now. You can see their links to take you to all their social medias. Remember, as creators, the biggest boost of serotonin we get is when someone actually takes those couple of seconds to hit that follow button on any one of our creations. So please do that for them and let them know that you care about what they create, because it just brings us joy to create, but that joy is multiplied when someone else likes it. I live on the chopping block. So, tonight we're playing, like I said, Pathfinder 2, E, but one of the things is we are actually doing this Pathfinder game because we have one of the players who needed to take some time away. And that means that we're trying to, in the game, we have one rule that's like the precedent rule for everything. And that is real life always comes first. If the players need time off, if anything needs to happen, we make arrangements, we make it happen, all the way down to leaving me stuck playing Baldur's Gate 3 online and being very boring. But
Oh, dang.
oh,
Playing
dang.
Baldur's Gate. Oh, no.
Yeah, well, you really have to be careful playing Baldur's Gate. If you rush a romance scene too fast and you don't have certain settings on your game right, you could get banned.
Valid.
Oh dear.
Or
So-
worst of all, you could be getting into it, and then the catch the spacebar and skips the whole damn thing.
And there's no way unless you're like recording it with OBS or something like that, there's no saved cutscenes anywhere. You can't. The game doesn't allow you to go back and watch cutscenes. So
That's what YouTube is for.
yeah, no, they can't show that on YouTube.
That's true, actually. Never mind.
And for those of you who
Exactly.
don't know, in Baldur's Gate 3, you get to pick what your genitalia looks like.
It's true. Badru is an E.
I hate that I get that right. God damn. God damn it.
It is. There is a reason that so many people like this game, folks. It's for the game nerds, it's for the gay nerds, and it's for the perv nerds. Everyone's included in this one.
It knows what it's about. It's emulating D&D. What's the best part of D&D? Everybody, let's go. Say it louder. It's to flirt
Flirting with your
and
friends.
fuck your friends.
Yeah.
And in this case, they made us digital friends, so we don't have to feel guilty about it either.
Well, so you can play single mode if you can't get your friends together.
Yeah.
So we are going to go ahead and get started in just a second, but I wanted to let you guys know one other thing. We do have a partnership with an amazing company called Many Worlds Taverns, and they are... I put that in the wrong chat.
Yeah, whoops.
Hey, Cripwalker.
Like, what?
What's that?
I didn't see that. I didn't see nothing.
So we have a link with Many Worlds Taverns that if you order their products through that link, you will actually get 10% of that purchase, and we have a discount code which is just dinner and a game, and if you put that in at time of purchase, you'll get 10% off your entire order. Now, what would you be ordering from Many Worlds Taverns? Well, they have an incredibly great selection of teas, green teas, black teas, the works. Their chai is amazing. They have. I'm getting their breakfast blend in a couple of days, I think. So that's. I'm anxious to try that one. And I think Sage's Gate is their the other one that I like, which is a green tea, and it's their cinnamon. No, not cinnamon. I can't remember what it is. But anyway,
Sage's Gate is their herbal. It's the peppermint, organic sage, organic licorice, organic lavender, natural lavender extract.
Dun dun dun. There it is. Yeah, but that one's really good too. It's oddly very strong. Maybe I just steeped it too long, but it's very
These are
strong.
my favorite.
Yes, and it's
they're great for for sleepy time teas.
mhm.
It's
Yeah.
a great sleepy time tea.
But yes, if you guys want to try that out, this is a great way to do it. And like we said, Dinner and a Game will get a little bit of bump back from that. Also, if you want to rep Dinner and a Game and you like some of our stupid phrases, we do have merch. Sam is wearing our Intelligence is a Dump Stat shirt. Alyss is wearing our hoodie. Someone keeps on forgetting to wear their merch.
I know, but I got this new sweatshirt. It says Silly Goose University, and I'm obsessed with it.
It's pretty damn cute. I like that.
Right?
I need to get that for Em. She'll hate it, but I'll do it anyway.
Yeah, I need to
love
find
it.
that for Christina and for Ayame. I think that they would enjoy that.
No, you need to find M1 about rabbits.
I saw that.
That's how I die.
That's how
Yes.
I die.
I've just told her
Did
not
you
to
hear
kill
about
you.
that? Did you
Everyone
catch
heard.
one of those things?
Everyone heard about that. You
Yeah.
literally put it in the
I mean,
Discord,
you
Sam.
knows it's
Okay.
the world.
Hey, I
Yeah.
know some people miss things all the time when it's right in front of them.
And if you want to
Next topic.
discover why Sam's gonna die, you can also join our Discord and witness Sam's own demise at his wife's hands, of course. We would never take that away from her. M has first dibs on the executions, and
Of course, she's got to kill me, bring me back, and then use that as the lesson not to do it twice.
or have a zombie servant.
I mean, there is insurance money, so with the zombie servant, I think you still get that insurance money.
Because technically,
You have a
he's
good
still
policy, right?
dead. He's former military.
With my
He should have
company,
something.
absolutely not. Military doesn't care. The moment you stop working for them, you're nothing but a pile of numbers. They don't give a fuck about you no more.
I'm sorry.
Wait, did the
You
green
did so
beans
many
insurance
military
policy
homelands.
go to shit?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Well, there we go.
Imagine
More-
that. The
more
siren caring about its people.
Oh, wait, well, hey, we now we're gonna get sad. Let's play D&D or Pathfinder. So last we left off, you guys were attending a party. You like parties? You guys had been involved in a very different game of spin the bottle. everything had been. You guys have been talking to the people that you had met there, getting basically kind of getting introduced to the atmosphere and the people in this place by some of the actual people who pretty much are the main people who attend these events. And you found out very quickly that these events do happen quite often, and that it's kind of, I guess you'd say, a creme de la creme of society who makes it here. There is about 24 people right now in the party, and there is at least a dozen employees who are moving through the crowd. As I said last time, the employees aren't all just sitting there and just serving drinks and everything like that. The employees are also engaging them in small talk. They are actively flirting with some of them. And it does seem that, and you were told that all the employees who come to these events are basically come here because they want to be a part of the event just as much as the other people here actually are here to attend the event and become a part of it. So you were sitting at a table with Lady Artest, Jester Nolel, and Megalis Corel, Curran,
Kelly McKinster's there.
And then there was Belinda, Curran and Belinda Chase, and then Melanie
I can't read my notes.
and Melanie Sahes. And they basically were the people who were at the table when you guys kind of walked in to join the game. Megalist is very much. I just stole Astarion. So Astarion's here. And wait a minute, didn't Accordia grab Star?
Yeah.
Grab Megalist or Megs? Megs.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are, when we left off, what exactly were we when we left off?
I believe we were just about to start.
We were just
Yeah,
kind
we
of
just finished introductions.
Yeah.
We kind
Some
of
people know the
refreshed on-
game. Some people have just come in after the game was explained. So some characters know how it's done. Others no clue.
So there is a short sword in the center of this table that everyone's sitting around and on couches and various comfy chairs. The person whose turn it is spins the short sword. When whoever the short sword stops on, the person who spun the sword gets to make some kind of request of them. Then they bid time. If the person bidding the time, if the person who has the request can choose to either do the request, or they basically have to spend X amount of time under the command of the person who spun the sword. Everything has to be mutually agreed upon. Everything has to be consensual. But there is that whole point of you could end up spending the evening with someone that you barely even know. So, there is going to be everyone's getting settled in. Everyone has their drinks. So I want to know how everyone is going to be seated. I think I already said that Kelly is sitting on one side of Meg's, and she made sure that you're sitting on the other side of Meg's. So he's kind of trapped in between you.
It's all about the pimp sandwich tonight.
And Kelly McKinstron is actually the heiress of a very large brewing and basically shipping empire. And so, hang on one second. And
Your Alexa went off, didn't it?
yeah, because I'm cooking wings too. So
I recognize that sound.
yep.
Wing.
But yes, I'm making homemade wings. But so she is pretty much very well off, and she met Accordia earlier, and they hit it off quite a bit. And
Multiple times, if I'm not mistaken.
and they spent the greater part of the late morning and afternoon together. At which time Kelly informed Accordia of the party, and she had her properly dressed, I do believe, for the event. And so everyone is actually dressed in either very, very comfy attire, or they're dressed in very, very provocative attire. So, and most of you guys are still like in towels and robes from going to the pool. Actually,
Bed
well,
sheets and lingerie.
yeah, pretty much. Instead of bed knobs and broomsticks, it's bed sheets and pillowcases. But anyway, so you guys are all are sitting around this table. Megs pulls out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's exactly 12 of you. Meg pulls out a dice. And he says, I tell you what, darlings, just to be fair to our new people and to make sure that everyone, should I say no one, and he gives Melanie a very long glance, no one says that I'm cheating. He says, I'm going to roll this, and he holds up a 12-sided dice. And he says, and whoever number comes up will be the first one to spin the blade. And with that, he draws a short sword that he has out, and he puts it down in the center of the table. And he says, agreed.
Wait. Before you roll, we have to know who is number one and in which direction you are going. Are you going
I am
clockwise or
obviously number one.
But there is someone on the other side of you. Shouldn't they be number one?
He turns and looks, and he says, actually, I almost agree. Because there was someone in this room who had enough taste to choose me. Lady Accordia, you will be number one. And we will go around the clock from there.
He is willing to be in second place. That is very nice.
Well, a gentleman always should.
A gentleman always makes way for a lady. And the number is...
It's going to be interesting.
The number is 6. So I'm going to count it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jester's like, it's me! Oh, this is going to be great. I hardly ever get to go first. I'm so excited. I gotta think of something. What can I think of? I've got it. This is not even really hard. Okay, we're gonna start out easy. And he puts his hand on the blade. Is everyone ready?
Sure.
So wait, do we not get to know what you've chosen until after you've spun the blade then?
Yes.
The person doesn't get to know what they're going to be challenged to do, reveal, say, whatever, until after the blade points at them. And then I get to decide I get to decide the opening bid of time. And so, because remember, if I set the bids very, very high, trying to force their hand to do it, and they choose to do it anyway, I belong to them for that amount of time.
So it's more of a game of testing moves. If they do, they win the dare.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't,
Then the person who dares is the one who loses.
It's like call my bluff.
Yeah, basically. With a little more spice.
Oh yes, obviously.
This will be enjoyable.
Is everyone ready?
Ready?
All right.
Yeah.
Spin the sword.
So he goes and spins, and I'll just keep rolling because it works easy that way. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone's standing there, and everyone's looking at the table, looking at the blade spinning around, and it's spinning for a little bit, and then slowly the blade comes around and just stops, pointed directly at Cecil. And he says,
look at that.
He says, "Oh my goodness!" And I get fresh blood. Okay, I'm serious though. I'm being very simple and very easy. this is going to be a really easy one, okay? So, I'm going to say... Well, first I have to tell you what the challenge is. Challenge first, then time. That's the way it works. The challenge is you must describe your most sincere, most desired physical companion in as much detail as possible. Or you will be 10 minutes. Let's say 10 minutes. 10 minutes is barely even a thing. See? Simple, easy. No one gets to get uncomfortable. No one gets to get weird. But at the same time, we might get something a little bit spicy from you. Or, I make you polish my shoes for 10 minutes. While wearing while wearing very little.
So repeat the question one more time, just so I can fully
describe in detail your most desirable version of a physical companion.
All right. Simple enough. Fit. Skilled. Experienced and versed in many things is helpful. Whether that be skills of crafting, skills of hunting. Where I'm from, survival is very much of the fittest. If one cannot survive, one will not live very long.
I did say in great detail, did I not?
So by great detail, are you speaking more?
Well, you said fit.
Psychologically,
If you said fit, so let's start with the easy stuff and expand on fit. What exactly do you mean? I mean, there is the lovely people we have present here. Miss Estes looks incredibly fit, but she is obviously, more used to not as direct physical endeavors. And then there is the lovely Miss McKinstron, very fit and obviously used to being able to toil with great labor. And then we have people like Lady Artest. She is lovely, but, and I love you so much, sweetheart, but you know this as well as I do. She's much more used to laying on a damask sofa while someone pops grapes in her mouth than she is to running through the woods trying to cut down the latest monster. And Lady Artest is like, well, I'm not going to deny it, and I do like grapes.
I guess in this particular case, it mainly relies upon their profession. There are many hunters that, rather than choosing the pure brawn of, say, lifting great things and having the musculature to show it, are much more agile, focusing more on climbing or dodging out of the way of a great beast. It all depends on their profession. They could be more slender and lithe, or they could be quite strong, capable of felling trees with very little blows, or cutting the head clean off the beast, scaling up rock walls with just the grips of their fingers.
Again, excellent. But you're still giving us generalizations they could do and not descriptions of what they are.
So you're asking very, very, very high details.
If you do not want to go into such details, you may default and say you will take the 10 minutes.
It's merely knowing to what level of detail you're looking for. Ambiguity is...
Sounds like they want the physical description, my friend.
Purely physical.
Yes. I mean, it was wonderful. So. It was wonderful to have the actualization of what this person could do, because it gives you a very robust concept of what you're into as an individual. But I'm also looking to see, would this person be exceptionally tall, average height, not nearly as tall as you would think? Would they have broad shoulders, narrow hips, a broad back, perhaps?
Those are the kind of details. You must be specific, especially for one who deals with the arcane. specifics are important.
Yes, they are. Liz, go to your room.
I'm already in my room.
Go to my room.
Ooh,
That was pretty
we're
smooth.
calling dibs already. Damn.
Calling dibs already. It's still early. We haven't even taken first break yet.
If I am going to be 100% with what you are asking,
Mhm.
skin that shows they have adventured through the outdoors. Fair
Ah.
skin is fun, but it is more. It shows that they can handle a bit more.
Ah. All right. So
Muscles of some variety, whether robust or more slender, showcase that the body has gone through much. Showcases that they can handle themselves in many situations, and that they typically have the stamina to hold up to many things.
understood.
Height is not as a defining feature for myself. There are many from my village that are shorter and taller, though having about the same height does make some things much easier. It's much easier to climb with a climbing partner when they are about the same height than somebody who is much, much taller or smaller in that case.
That is a very wonderful way of describing that. Congratulations. Wonderful turn of phrase. Please continue. This is actually most enjoyable.
Hair tends to be not as dominant. Hair too long gets in the way.
Perhaps. Not
So
being as
typically-
not being as young and robust as myself, I don't like to have to reach as far to give a good handful.
To each their own.
True, true, true. And this is yours. I don't mean to interrupt. Please continue.
And at least in my case, wider hips do tend to help in many of them.
Absolutely. You're not going to find... I don't think you'll find a single person here that will argue it. And then Meg tots up and is like, although some envy it. And he kind of looks at Melanie again. And she just looks at him. She's like...
The face is rather important, okay? Specifically the eyes, they must be sharp. In life such as mine, dangers are everywhere. If one does not have sharp and shrewd eyes, and a soul that follows along suit, they don't tend to last very long, and either never leave the village and truly experience life, or end up leaving the village anyway and quickly join the ranks of the suit.
I actually think that all in all, with the descriptions of action as well as the descriptions of the physical, gives us a very strong inclination into who one of our new fellow players is for the evening. Thank you so much. And you now have the right to spin the blade. And if you have a D12, Sam, you can just roll it.
Very well. Or we can add another little interesting trick to the table.
We always
If
enjoy
I'm a
adding new
challenge
stuff.
it,
Okay. What is the trick?
I believe I have the skill to make this blade land on whoever I choose.
Let's put a caveat on that. You're not picking the blade up from the table. You're just spinning it. But you're
Of
going to
course.
choose the person it lands on.
Of course.
Okay. What? And actually, Curran, those things forward. He's like, that would put a different level on the game, and obviously give you a decided advantage. But the fact that whoever gets asked the question or given the challenge will get the blade next, I would say it's fair. Well, not really fair, but he doesn't. It's not like it's his fault he would have that ability. What would be your extra bonus for being able to do so?
Well, there would obviously have to be. Oh, this is the game. There'd have to be a wager of some kind. If I could pull it off.
Lady Artestis forward is like, wouldn't his reward be basically getting his pick? And Melanie says, well, yes, but wouldn't that also be a drawback? Because then he'd be showing favoritism.
To interject, he, of all the people here, he doesn't know many, so is it really favoritism? Because honestly, he has even only just met us.
I could pick any. And I am not one to pick targets outside of hunting a quarry.
Melanie says, yes, I agree. However, if you already had a quarry picked out earlier in the evening and they happen to be present, it gives you a very decided advantage. And it may cause you to bid outrageously, as it were, to ensure that or underbid to ensure you get what you want.
I am not nearly that so. I'm a hunter, not a shark. There's no use in hiding things.
He seems very, very sincere in that, so I withdraw my objection. And Melanie sits back. And everyone, Lady Artest kind of looks around the table. Does anyone else have any objections?
I am interested in seeing how this goes.
All right.
I like
So-
to see what he's interested in.
Indeed.
So, Sam, how are you going to do this mechanically?
Simple. He is going to, as he lays his finger on it,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to say, like, there's a saying in my village, something of good luck. And he's going to speak it in Yote. What he's actually doing is casting the verbal component for True Strike.
I could do it. Cheat.
He said he could, he never mentioned how.
Yep. No, he didn't. So, yeah, I'm going to say that you're going to get to pick exactly who you want to point this at. But I'm going to ask you guys. I'm asking you guys one favor. My son was supposed to take the wings out of the oven for me, but he has not answered me back. So let me go run and take those out real fast. 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we-
thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you. Look, dinner and a game. This is dinner. This is my wings. These are beautiful
this is
wings.
game.
And this is game. So, speaking of games, someone's rigging one. Sam.
Technically,
No, not technically. You're
Not
rigging.
even technically.
There's no technicality.
to make things a little bit more fair,
Mm-hmm.
and to also start things with easy. Instead of choosing, I would ask if anyone volunteers to be the one to play these two.
Lady Artest leans forward and says, if you really have this skill, I would volunteer as tribute.
Very well. I'll bet an entire hour that I can make it land on two.
Well, it's a little too late to back out now. Are you going to give it like a really hard spin to get it going?
Oh yeah, no, he's literally just gonna send it. It's like
Full
there's a
beans.
phrasing in my village that always seems to bring good luck. And as he touches it, he'll say it in Jotun and just send that thing like spinning wildly.
Actually, let me see what the thing is, because I don't remember if it's what skill it is.
Remind me the name of the ice planet again.
Huh?
Remind me the name of the ice planet again.
Cairo.
Well,
Cairo.
Well, this is quite the game of Cairelian roulette, if I've ever seen one.
Cairelian is primarily dwarves, and they do love their firearms. They're probably the only ones who have revolvers. So the blade spins. It spins very quickly, but the moment you stop saying the phrase, your lucky phrase from home.
Oh no, he's gonna just let it just slowly go to where it slowly stops, not immediately end it.
Okay. I need Accordia, and I'll let her do it too. I need Accordia to give me a roll. Let me bring my sheet up. Molten Horse. Yes. I need to see
We
what
do the first roll. Well, not the first roll, I guess.
first roll of the night.
First player roll of the night, anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perception.
Perception.
Yep.
That's initiative. That one's perception. Roll. Okay. We got a 24.
Alright, and let me see what Kelly gets. Alright, and let me see what he rolls. One second. I accidentally killed Este instead.
No!
Blue?
I didn't do it on
Oh, damn.
On Porbus.
I didn't do it on purpose.
No, we don't talk about corpses.
Sam hates
Not
pork.
many good ones. No, I hate dolphins. And I
Okay.
have good
Marine
reason.
wildlife.
Sam. Dolphins are a
Belugas are
type of
fine.
porpoise.
Yeah, but belugas are porpoises, but belugas are fine. Dolphins. But I
Belugas are fine.
Because the animals have gotten too smart.
No, it's because the dolphins are dicks.
Most marine wildlife.
Our dicks.
Not belugas. Belugas are everything that
Dicks.
people think dolphins are.
I said most, not all.
So, Accordia,
Yes.
you're sitting there and you're kind of like watching the blade go around, and you and Kelly lean forward. Megs leans back.
Okay.
Sam,
Yes.
Cecil casts a spell, He feels it go off, but he feels that it does not hit the target. Roll a d12.
Do, 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 do.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
Even in the score. Even in the score.
My, oh my.
Playing Foxy.
Oh, I gotta get my seating chart back out so I can. Go ahead. Did you roll?
Yes.
He rolled real dice.
Oh no, I was just waiting for him to tell me what he rolled.
Real dice.
That is a 9.
A
No, I'd
9?
see like if he feels he doesn't do it, one thing he's just very, very quickly gonna do is just cover his mouth underneath the tape or beside him. He's going to just whisper something and move his fingers. Use the cantrip detect magic to see if there's anything you just interfere.
You're both getting one action out of this.
Ah!
So your action was casting
Oh,
true.
that's right.
The other person's action was doing something else. And that's why.
Then,
Go ahead.
then Idris, who does have spells,
Mm-hmm.
is going to very quietly, because it is part of it's part of one of his racial things, will cast detect magic.
Yes. Let me see what. Oh, I don't know if detect magic gives you schools in Pathfinder or not, but there is Megs and Cecil are both using magic.
So you could choose to call out one or both.
No one said
Or
magic
say
wasn't allowed.
Yeah, we agreed to magic being allowed.
True.
Am I missing something?
Ooh, 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 ooh,
What?
ooh. Oh yeah.
Spin the sword.
Oh,
Oh.
That's a new. That's a new shirt. Hey guys, want to play spin the sword?
Sword, you say?
Sword, you say.
All right, we're back up.
Picturing Lonely Island now.
We're back up. We're back up with us. I think we started out by me saying, "Hey guys, want to play spin the sword?" I wasn't paying attention. I just hit and started streaming, and I kept talking. So, oh well.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
Happens.
So, I got to add that sound on. Oh, the sound alert's on here. That's another thing I checked. So Sam, what did you roll?
So it was. You said it was a D10, not a D12.
Let me double check.
That's right.
I'm gonna make sure I got everyone on the list. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
No, this is right there. What's happening?
But I also think.
Yes, 10. It's 10. It's 10.
Okay, so I'll roll a D10.
Mhm.
But also, I think Sphinx was doing a thing as well.
Yes. What were you gonna
Yes,
do?
I was.
He was oohing.
He was
Or-
oohing.
Ooh.
Either he was doing a thing or he has since done a thing, and we need to give him a minute.
Or someone was doing a thing to him.
Ooh.
You're not here.
Oh,
I know.
So the next shirt just says ooh.
I happen to know you have a redhead in the house, so there you go.
That's also true. Yeah.
So, what'd you roll, Sam?
So first, was what Sphinx, or what I should say Idris did, is that
Idris,
going to have any effect on the roll? Was my question.
yeah, well, yes, because I wasn't looking at Cecil. I was definitely glaring at Meglis.
Meg.
Mm-hmm. What I'm trying to ask is, what's that going to do to Meg's abilities?
It demoralizes. I don't know what demoralize does.
I have the internet.
It could possibly convince him that he busted in trying
we
to
all
affect
have the
the
internet.
spin after it's been spun,
Then yeah, if that's
which
the
could possibly be frowned upon.
yeah. Like there's a glare and there's an eyebrow raise. A very not
choose a
so
creature
subtle
within 30
eyebrow
feet.
raise.
Choose a creature within 30 feet of you who you are aware of. Attempt an intimidation check against the target's will DC. If the target does not understand the language you speak, you are not speaking a language, you have a -4 circumstance penalty to the roll.
But because I use intimidating glare, it does not invoke
Exactly,
that penalty.
because it goes from sound to sight.
Mm-hmm.
Roll that intimidation, I suppose.
Roll that beautiful
Intimidation.
Dang!
You know. That's a 31.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
False.
So he is okay. So the effect is he has Frightened 2, which means that he is terrified of you. I'm gonna look up Frightened 2 right now. Oh no, that's just a success. So he has Frightened 1. I'm gonna look up the Frightened condition because I want to see what it's gonna do to him in general.
I mean, he's scared.
He is definitely scared.
That's okay. I like it when they're scared. I'm kidding. That is really creepy. I did not say that.
You totally, you totally said that.
I
fine,
totally
it's
did.
fair.
Then, like the
It's fine,
second
it's
it
in
left my
character, and
face,
that's
I was like,
okay.
It just made me think of that gross military dude in Howl's Moving Castle. It's okay. She's even cuter when she's scared.
100%.
Yes.
I think they're
Oh,
cuter
stop.
when they're scared. Ugh. Right before
So-
the greatest line ever.
It is not going to
Yeah.
do anything to this particular roll. What Frightened does is, if you have a Frightened condition, the number beside the condition is a penalty to all your rolls. So a Frightened 1 is a -1, a Frightened 2 is a -2, a Frightened 3 is a -3.
And I'm guessing that's specifically towards that individual or in general.
And to that, it's to that individual. Unless
Makes sense.
there's something that gives like an aura of fear.
I mean, if you really wanted to have it that effect, you could also call him out for altering the effect after it's spun.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was going to say, like, a building could have an aura of fear that's like a Frightened 3.
Yeah.
I kinda like that mechanic.
Quietly, just to him say, "I know what you did."
And Megs kind of looks at you.
And we'll just sit back in his chair.
Megs was already kind of leaning back, but he looks at you. And he kind of like has this... He has this look on his face where he's kind of like taken aback. And then his gaze becomes very steely and stern. And he says, "What? I'm not cheating. As a matter of fact, if you'd say anything about it, I'm stopping someone else from using more than heightened abilities."
You can either confess or I can tell them for you.
What? I just simply counterspelled the spell he was casting.
There. Was that so hard?
I don't understand why it was even necessary. Maybe
The man made a wager, in all fairness.
the man made a
And you-
wager, in all
and you
fairness.
And you interrupted said wager.
No, I interrupted the action. The wager was not on whether or not... the wager was on time to be allocated versus a challenge. The challenge was to be able to make the blade stop on anyone he chose. He had the means to do so. I had the means to stop him. Which means I've now put him in debt to someone else.
He just leans forward just slightly. I will remember this.
It's a
And then leans
game.
back.
You play to win. If he's indebted to someone else, I can use that later as leverage. Let's
it
say I take his hour with the very incredibly lovely Lady Artest in exchange for him taking my spin, or him being the next time I'm the target of a spin, he has to take it. He might get off with a lighter dose later on.
It just says nothing, but just taps his head.
He says, and actually, Jester kind of leans forward, like, it's a friendly game, guys. Let's not get all testy about it. He's like, you can use some magics. We don't allow attacks, per se, because unless you're using a mind whip on someone's posterior. That's always funny. He says, the big thing is, we like to keep things very light. If you choose to use a spell, and someone else has the ability to counter the spell, and they have a means and a need and a want to counter the spell, and trust me, Megs isn't lying, he would definitely use that to his advantage later on if he needed to. And by putting someone else in debt, he might be able to barter away. So, if he did that for his own reasons, that's his own business. He's not technically cheating. Now, cheating would be bringing in a weighted sword, or, you know what? I don't think magnets would be cheating. If you could figure out a way to make magnets work, you'd have to have multiple people. Multiple people might not be good.
Very skilled with footwork.
Don't you think that is something that should have maybe not been omitted in the?
I am
the
sorry
listing of
if
the rules?
I was very excited having new players. I apologize. So let's give more details on that aspect. If you have an ability that lets you do something, and by the way, that was an incredibly interesting use of that particular spell. If I understood which one you cast, it says, but if you have an ability to do something like. There are people who are incredibly skilled with a bow and arrow. Almost to the point where their abilities can seem miraculous. In fact, I would say some of them can do the miraculous with a bow. And let's say that we were playing a game like darts, where their ability to aim would be just as ready in the game of darts. They would be able to use all those special traits that they have from having learned how to be able to target things properly in that game, because it's skills they acquired. Now, what I'm talking about is, on the cheating side of it, is more or less bringing in a store-bought item or a prefabricated thing, not your own abilities, but someone else's. That's why I was wondering about the thing with the magnets, because I was thinking about, if you were to come in and sneak in and put a magnet under the table, but then the sword would always stop there, it would be very
magic
difficult.
to magnetize the sword or something.
It would definitely be something that would be a lot of effort for a friendly game. So,
and who is talking now?
oh, this is Jester.
This is Jester.
Mm-hmm.
Idris will turn to Jester. Will give a very wide, bright smile. Thank you, Jester, for explaining that to me.
And I apologize for having neglected it.
So as the blade is still thinning, so it's like, so what about interfering with others? Would that not sully the bet?
No, really. I mean, what's the interference? If I put my hand down now, and he literally just puts his hand down in front of the blade and stops it, and he says, I have stopped the blade, but this is cheating. Because I have reached out on not my turn, and I am not involved directly. And I've stopped the blade. The only reason it's cheating is because I am not utilizing anything from this particular situation that is something that's not agreed to initially, which is we spin the blade and it stops. And no one interferes with it by grabbing it, stopping it, or anything like that. Now, like I said, if you can stop it without grabbing it, telekinesis.
Again, this goes into the fact that these were aspects of the rules that were not explained to us before we began.
Absolutely, and I said I apologize.
Thusly, we did not agree to that. No one's upset anymore, but we are speaking of the minutiae of the rules.
Yes, and also, mostly, no one really wants to waste the energy on casting spells on a game like this. You apparently have attracted the attention of Megs, who is not exactly known to be the least vindictive person at the table. And Megs blows Jester a kiss.
Interesting.
Now the spin is in salute. Shall I spin it again?
Yes, absolutely. You may spin again. And since we want to keep this friendly, let's go ahead and say that no more magics, as it's kind of getting things a little bit too heated, maybe? Now, we understand now that you cannot do that without the spell. So if you wish to rescind the bet or reshape the bet at this point, and Lady Artest, since you know that that was going to be directed at you, you will no longer be the only target of this situation. So it would just be a normal standard spin. But as I said,
unless of course we wish to keep the bet where it is and test to see that I can truly do what I said.
So now you are
without magics.
Luck favors the bold.
I would be most impressed. I tell you what, Lady Artest has staked. You've asked Lady Artest for an hour. If you can make that point, Lady Artest, I will give you access to my skills and abilities in any way you see fit for 1 hour.
Can I ask one brief clarifying question?
Absolutely.
So we can't touch it with our hands.
Right. And they just said...
What if we were to use another weapon?
Technically, you're not... what he's trying to say is no one should be interfering with the spins anymore and leave it up to random chance. The simple fact that someone is willing to cast a higher level spell just to actually fuck with things means that Megs is in a shitty mood and he's being a dick.
Oh, and I just realized something.
In general, what about another weapon?
It probably wouldn't be looked on favorably because, Jester's trying to reestablish
even if it's on my turn and I wanted to use a weapon to stop it in the spot I wanted.
Would you have to establish that that's what you were doing before you spun the sword to make that fair?
I mean, I guess that's about as well as like judging your spin. Like, if you're really in control of that spin, you know where it's landing.
Yeah.
Only if you spin it pretty slow.
Or you're really skilled with daggers.
I know what you're thinking, but it would be kind of interesting to see what that would do. You can try it on your when you get a spin.
I might.
Because remember, you can also modify bets and everything like that on your spin. When you have control of the blade, you get to kind of set the stakes. So, how are you going to try and make the blade point to Lady Artest without magic?
Oh, without magic,
or without obvious magics. If you can find a way to do it.
He's going to actually go off skill.
Okay. What type of skill?
Using the either, whichever you think would fit better. Because with one, I have proficiency with. The other, because of a skill I have, I technically am treated still as if I have proficiency with. The question is, but do you think that would be more athletics and controlling the spin, or be more thievery, being more based off finesse?
Thievery, because it's like a sleight of hand thing.
Yeah.
All right, and because I am 7th level or higher, because of untrained and professional or improvisation, I add my level to the roll.
Oh.
Which makes it go from what would be at just normal plus 12, a plus 2.
To a plus what?
You heard me.
22.
Plus 22.
Well, holy crapinoli.
It is one of my favorite feats that traveled over. Untrained, and I'll even post it so you can see exactly what it does. It's a fun one. And specifically tied to those of human and human lineages, such as ASMR. How do I just not actually have it show?
There it is. Hang on, let me put the map up.
The opening.
There it goes. I don't know why that happened.
There you go, Streamlabs.
We're back. Yeah, stream. Oh, yeah, that's right. Streamlabs Clash. Who knows? I'm not using that anymore. I'll only use the controls on this thing. So anyway, so you're going to attempt the roll. You're going to get a plus 22. So go ahead and make that roll.
That is a 12 on die, making it a
34.
And y'all think he's just some big muscle-bound brute match.
No,
I mean,
never.
No one implied
No one
that.
said that. No one said that.
No one ever said that.
Both things.
and Megs literally goes, he's a big dumb brute.
Like,
So anyway,
and he'll
Meg
literally,
said
as
that.
soon as he says that, as he
Meg
says,
would
just
think
look
that.
him straight in the eye and give it a good spin.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, you're staring at Megs, you grab the blade and you just spin it, and you just, after the initial spin of the blade, you basically got the blade's weight. You know how it's balanced. When you spin that blade, you make it to where it still spins several times, but you're judging how it was wobbling and everything before, and you just set the timing perfectly. And it spins and it lands and points directly at Lady Artest. And
right as it starts to slow down, he'll just literally just
And Megs kind of looks at the blade and looks at you, and it almost seems like he's looking off into space for a moment, and he's like, I don't know how, darling, but that was outstanding. He's like, fine, take my hour too.
Regis will just take a sip of his drink and smile.
It's like, oh, you've got to reward a man when he has the balls that huge.
I
Agreed.
can make them bigger. I knew I would get someone with that.
God damn it, Sam! Why are you like this?
Because he's
So-
Sam.
So you, Lady Artest says, that is 3 hours. I think that's one of the highest bets that we've ever had. Wow.
Really?
Yes.
Look at what you have done, Caesar.
3 hours. So, you nearly killed Kel, Sam.
Good. Good. Payback for yesterday.
Lady Artest says, but also that makes it my turn. Now, the way we usually pay out debts is this. Either, if someone requires witness, then the payment must be done immediately. In other words, if you don't think they're going to live up to their commitment, you, as the winner of the bet, can also call for immediate payment, which means that you and everyone else involved with the bet would leave the table immediately. Or, after the game, people who they negotiate how the wins and losses will be paid out.
I think that seems a bit more fair. It keeps the game from stalling.
Yes, and normally that is what we go with, but in cases where things get a little heated like this, I wanted to make sure. He says, but it is now my turn, and I think that I'm just going to spin the damn blade and not try and get really too creative here. I think I may be a little bit outclassed in this certain situation. So let's see what happens, shall we? I am the blade. She reaches out and she gives the blade a good spin, and it lands on Jester. And Lady Artest looks at Jester and she's like, we have played this game so many times. I really think that there's nothing I could ask you to do that you wouldn't, and there's nothing that I could wager that you wouldn't be willing to pay. So, this is going to be difficult. I tell you what, Jester. Why don't you tell us exactly why you invited all these new people to play this game? That, or you take my hour debt too. And Jester just kind of looks around the table, and he's grinning, and he says, let's keep things spicy for a bit longer, shall we? I'll take your hour. And Lady Artest looks at him and her eyebrows go up and is like, and the mastermind reveals that there is a plan for the evening. She says, it's your spin, Jester. And Jester kind of sits forward on the edge of his seat. And he says, mastermind. That's funny. And Este. The blade stops on you. And Jester's like, that's 2. I've hit 2 of you now. And Jester says, so, Este, what seems to fit someone who I know so little about? Lady Este, I would ask you to tell us what you were doing before you met these fine people. And he gestures to your companions. He's like, that or 20 minutes.
It's quite a simple answer. Actually, to clarify, just so that I cover my bases.
Mm-hmm.
You mean quite literally what was I doing before I met them?
That is a
Or
good
you mean
point.
it more in a figurative, what was I doing here on this planet?
The figurative. You could have easily said, I was going to the restroom.
I felt like covering my bases.
You are a wonderful player for that. Thank you. For giving old doddering man his his impaired faculties. Far too much wine.
I fail to believe that there is anything impaired about you, my friend.
I was just like, can I like insight or whatever the Pathfinder version of insight?
Pathfinder's version of
statement
insight.
is?
Why? Don't you trust this sweet little man?
No, because he's already been called a mastermind once, and he's very happy to have gotten 2 of the new people.
Well, I
So-
don't think that it's very nice.
I don't think he's actually a bad man.
Let me see.
There's a plan.
So
Do I think
you're
there's a plan?
you're looking to see what his we're trying to figure out what his motivations are, or trying to figure out what are you trying to figure out exactly? Because there's a lot that could work.
I forgot what it was that he just said that made me suspicious of him now. It just happened.
Oh, he said
About his impaired faculties.
yes.
Yes. That's the question mark.
Got it,
Combined
got
with
it.
the other things he said, it's like,
Make me, and this makes sense when you think about it. Make me a deception roll.
okay,
Oh.
I'm good at that. I'm pretty good at that.
You pretty good at that?
It just is terrible.
Holy shit, you're really good at that.
God damn.
Like that.
God damn.
What if deception?
Good ass roll too.
This man is in no way, shape, or form impaired. He either has the liver of a god, or he's not drinking wine.
Okay. She is going to pay more attention to his drink now.
Got it.
But in like a subtle way. Like she's not gonna like stare hardcore at it. Like
She just goes and crouches. She just goes crouches down at the edge of the table, right by his drink, with her staring at it.
Sniffs it a few times. Do a little tongue dip.
Passes out. So yes,
It does the like the old school like, yes, it's cocaine.
Oh, by the way, Sam, did you see that Kel redeemed a hydrate just for you?
Oh yeah, no, and I drank.
I saw.
He did.
That's why I
He
make
did,
sure.
he drank.
And
Yes.
say, just grins. Yeah, keeps her eyes for the moment on him.
Mm-hmm.
That is a simple answer. I work for the bell.
And he smiles. He says, "The blade is yours, miss."
I'm not going to try anything fucky right now. As much fun as it would be, I think she has the skills to do it. I'm just going to spin.
Mm-hmm.
Aha, first try.
What'd you get?
No, I had to grab a d10. I
Oh.
did not have one out.
Got it.
My dice tray has a d20 and a bunch of d6s.
Gee, I wonder why.
Accurate.
Sixes.
Because I had Tales from the Loop on Friday.
No.
Yes.
We know.
That is a 5. Or it's technically 50 since it's a percentile. But it still counts.
I double checked just to make sure. You give it a spin, it lands on Jester.
Yes!
Ooh, I love it.
Yes!
he literally, he's kind of like sitting there with that, kind of little shit-eating grin that he had when you answered the question. The moment that blade stops on him, that grin just blows out, and you understand now why he's called Jester. His smile is fucking huge. He's got the chubby man dimples when he smiles, so they go like that.
Oh, I love it. The like little peaches.
Oh, hang on, guys. I need one moment. I apologize. I'll be right back.
Gives me a chance.
Minor emergency. Yeah, gives you a chance to plot. Hey, folks. Thank you very much for the little break, but unfortunately, having a minor emergency in the house, as you can tell, I'm a little out of breath. So I'm going to go tend to that, and unfortunately, we're going to call the stream for the evening. But we have a good place to kick off again. And I will see you guys next week, and I apologize again. Thank you all so much, and have a very good night. Sorry it's so abrupt.
Sorry.
Life happens. It's all right.